You should at least show them the thing.
Huh, what?
Should at least show the menu. No.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm tabbed out, so.
I told you I'd see you again, didn't I? You and me.
I don't care about that. No.
Oh.
Oh, whoops, I'm tapped out, so. Stop it, me, stop.
Yeah, I can't check the sound since it's on Mac.
I think it's okay. It sounds like, I mean. Why is it playing some advertisement at Twitch? I didn't tell it to. I think.
Before free Twitch Prime.
I do have Twitch. Oh, no, not Twitch Prime. I have a. What's it called? Freaking.
Amazon Prime
No, it's the Mixer one.
Pro.
What's it called? I don't know. Burrito Supreme, probably. I don't know. That thing right there. That thing. Alright, should be good. Should be good to start. Double check something. Alright, yeah, should be good now. Continue campaign. I forgot where we left off.
Good question. I have no idea either.
Tap the glass. I remember I can tap the glass at least.
Yes, and annoyed Dogu-chan.
Dogu-chan?
Yeah, Dogu-chan.
What do you mean?
You annoyed Dogu-chan, so
Oh, yeah.
Dogu-chan got rid of the...
Let me gaze upon Jodariel for a moment. A plus. Beautiful. Hey, her hope's back up finally.
How did it go back up?
I think it only stays down until I do the next fight with Jodariel.
Okay, yeah, I did say that for some of them.
Yeah, like it wasn't a permanent debuff. But like
Luckily.
next time I would. Yeah, luckily. Friggin' she had like -3 at some point.
-3.
I think.
So she was in despair?
Yeah, she was basically depressed at that point. She was like, "Freaking, I'm not having any of this."
Your wife?
No, like she had 3 less than she would normally have. She wasn't literally -3.
How dare you? How
Listen to
dare
that.
you disappoint your wifey?
I don't know, man. Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices, and apparently the ones I do, she didn't like. Freaking don't judge me. Let's continue our journey.
Learn not to play dating sims.
Wow. And there's no other path I can really go to.
If you want to cheer someone up, you gotta at least do something that they like, not about yourself. You gotta think dating sim, man.
No. The wagon has hit a snag, descending the black crags. Its wheels stuck. Jodariel's not pleased. We just start off with Jodariel's already mad. Freaking. It's a good game. I'm sorry, Jodariel. First that blasted little bird, and now this. That you like Jodariel's raw strength, you join in as she attempts to dislodge the wagon. Alas, with a roar and a heave, she forces the wagon back onto solid ground. May this sandalwood be worth all of the hassle. Thank you, Jody. I'm guessing sandalwood doesn't like to be kept waiting. He's very patient, on the contrary. Not I. Let us move on. Soon the wagon is prepared to press onward, down the jagged slopes towards Waking Wood. Companions who explored ahead advise on which of the forked paths is best. A talisman. I can go for a talisman. Having gone the route Pamitha recommended, she directs you toward a particular crag, no more conspicuous than any other. They clip our wings before they cast us down, you know. But just the same, we learn to flit around a little bit. Just watch. Pamitha swoops up to a nearby peak and disappears behind it. Does not keep you waiting long and returns bearing an item of some sort. For you, reader darling, we high-winged remnants stash away such things for such occasions. A Titan tooth. After blocking airborne adversaries, the bearer briefly stuns him and knocks him down. Gotcha. I guess that's okay.
You're okay.
Well, what think you?
No, that's not a good thing.
Oh.
You gotta be excellent, not okay.
You
Gosh.
gotta be excellent.
Yeah.
Having passed beyond the black crags, your wagon arrives at the edge of Wakingwood. It is here that Sandalwood is to be expecting you. However, most puzzling. He ought to have met us here.
Pistalium.
He said he would find us himself. Aye, he was to find us at the edge of these woods. Supposed to keep waiting for him? He would desire for the stars to be your guide as always. The rights beckon and the rights take precedence above all else. Surely he shall find us yet. And let's keep moving. How do we get through these woods? The lone minstrel notes 2 possible paths forward from this point, though cautions that the woods are difficult to navigate, and Sandalwood would have known the most expedient path. Expedient. Gotcha. Clients now stirred lights. Stirred the lights. Take this out. Sandalwood has led a long life, compared with any of you at least. The latest years of his exile, he became rather reclusive for a variety of reasons he shall no doubt explain. Found some solace here, in these woods, though I fear I cannot locate his residence without him. Unfortunately, you find no trace of Sandalwood, and without him there to guide you, you remain quite lost. The woods seem to have encroached. There is no path forward, while neither of the paths leading backward appear to match the route you took to this point. Let's see. Which one? The woods are so disorienting at this point that you decide to break for camp and survey the surroundings for any clues. Perhaps later there should be time to pursue your vocations. Oh, no vocations. The Beyonder seeks Jodariel. You have returned. How can I help you, if at all? Time to get Jodariel. Not a problem. Simply indicate who is to be my student for the time. My main gal. We asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Jodariel. That surly demon isn't. She could stand to lighten up, though I fear that is not a secret I can teach. But let us bring her forth regardless. Soon Jodariel appears in heat of the summons. What is the meaning of this, reader? There we go. Jodariel's Bay, though. Need to remember that, please. What is the meaning of this, reader? Where are the others? The apparition Sandra appears and loosens her mask. Welcome to my humble home, demon. You're good at taking orders, no? State your purpose quickly, Wraith. My purpose is to put you to the test. You may be fearsome to behold, but you're old and slow. Your weaknesses perhaps outweigh your strengths. Though, I sorely wish to see you and your lovely reader prove me wrong. Oh, she says. Very well then, reader. Let us show her whether she is right. Forgot about that. Wait, did I not? I messed up. Gotta refresh.
Gotta get good.
I went straight into the enemy like an idiot.
Pats.
Oh, what? I got hit. Forget she's invincible. They're invincible when they dash. There you go. It's really tough with 3 of these.
Well, yeah, cause you're slowing. Gotta put speedos.
Let's go. There was it. These things just do not look like walls to me. Nope, dash. I wanted to dash.
Pats the silver butt. It'd be okay.
Straight into No! Keep forgetting. We contested. What the heck are they doing? Oh, it worked. Where am I? What? I died?
You died? Did you die too much?
No, like. No, I wanted to dash away.
Oh, you threw yourself into your own
No, like
fire.
it started me the. No, I can't do that. I think it started me like the next round, basically on the like down.
Oh.
Oh, come on. Man.
Hard.
It's hard as Jodariel by herself.
Yeah, I gotta do one more time, man.
At least with the flying.
Oof. You're about to lose.
Wait, did we both die? Yeah, we did, but I lost, I think. Oh wow, saved it just in time. Oh, wish I could dash away in time. And I lost.
Can you redo the time?
I assume, but pretty tough. With gesture there.
Come on, step it up. That's how it works, right?
Wait a second. Check some. I forgot to. There we go. Wait. Let's go. Can't use my dashes too quickly.
I can't use you too quickly. Wait. Don't worry about it.
Oh, we have the same ring. That was my fault. There we go. Finally. Once. Oh, shit. That's not a good idea to do, actually. Shouldn't do that. Nope. I'm thinking the knockback is actually gonna do something. Why do they do that? Yeah, it feels like not over the smartest cookie. But... Oh, I hate that invincibility. Two for one deal. Nope. There is so slow. Why?
Come on, step it up.
Not that to happen. There you go. Nice. Nope. No. Darn it. So close. So close. No. There you go. Very nice. No. No, I wanted to dash away. Get it. Get it? No! Dash. No! It's not dead. Hit these stupid birds.
You fail again?
Yep. Birds are dumb. Birds are dumb. That's all I have to say. Birds are dumb, big fat boo boo heads.
And before her hope goes down like 10 million.
Don't need. Can't have that happen to me further. Perfect. Yes. No. What a pain in the butt. Why does that always get me? Goodness. No, that's no. Well, okay. That happened.
Do you fail again?
No, there we go.
Oh, it dodged.
We just won. No, I'm doing the dumbest things now. There we go, finally. Freaking nuisance. Are you satisfied now, Wraith? I'm never satisfied, Demon. However, your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test.
After I failed twice.
Those congratulations are in order. To you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. I mean, I guess. I guess it only took me 20 tries. Whew. This temperature is.
So, what did Jodariel get for being that?
Not sure yet. That was a strange experience. What do you have there, reader? Salion's horn. Jodariel casts her aura farther and faster than usual, plus 15%. Nice. Don't really care much for that one though.
Isn't it good for her though?
I don't know. Maybe. I like that. I just want the money when they're gone. There's something else, reader. Let's talk to me. Let me ask you something, lovely reader. Have you any idea for how long I have been imprisoned here? I'm gonna say 1,000 years. You guess that Sandra could have been in a current state of exile since well before the dawn of the current age. At first she shows no indication that she even heard you. Close. Soon enough I shall be getting there. I have been imprisoned thus for 837 years. According to my account at least, it is possible I have lost track, although given my state I can assure you that I have had ample time to verify my arithmetic. She goes silent for a time. Let me give you some advice. If you decide to kill the Emperor, make sure you achieve what you set out to do. I expected my own death, regardless of the outcome of my task. I was not expecting this, certainly not to be telling you about it 837 years later, or however long that has been. Although, enough of that for now. Let us get back to business. See just a second. Sift through the ashes. He was here, he was here. You mean Sandalwood? If I may ask, how can you be so certain? I think from this. I think from this. It says something. I don't know what it says, but I feel like it has to mean something. Zai produces a small strip of bark she found in the ashes. At first it seems like nothing of interest until you see a message carved onto the inside. Find a bark strip? It must mean something. Come to Cinderroot. So it's a kind of message from the sandalwood guy.
Postaviram.
Seems that way. Which way to Cinderroot? It is due west. Perhaps we can set forth early tomorrow when the woods are still.
Gratanim.
Sounds good. Everyone, rest up. Big day coming up. Time to enter my Jodariel. Jodariel gains a somewhat stronger grasp of how to better pass the celestial orb through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate than through dexterity alone. She nods in understanding. Give her that enlightenment. One can spend a lifetime studying the smallest minutiae of this competition. Continue your journey. Alright, let's go. Guess we're going to Cinderroot. You arrive on the outskirts of Cinderroot, but once again the informant Sandalwood is nowhere to be found. Sense the hopes of your companions waning as your search through the area yields nothing. Then something startles the little imp Tizo. Tizo seems to be crying out in surprise. He has spotted something or someone. A tall figure strides forward from the trees, making a sound like laughter. The imp charges towards him. Leaps right into the figure's arm. They embrace. Hail Tizo, but you look famished. Here. The tall sap produces something that the imp swallows immediately and with great pleasure. The lone minstrel nods his head in affirmation. Everyone, I wish to introduce you to my client, Volfred Sandalwood. It has been too long, Volfred, sir. Too long indeed, Tarik. I trust your new companions bring some color to your days. They do, sir. I think that you shall find them worthy of the Nightwings. The sap looks upon the lot of you. You cannot sense his thoughts. We shall see. Then he turns to you. You must be the reader. I'm certain that we all appreciate your efforts here, my boy, though we shall manage on our own from here on out. You're welcome to continue on with us, of course, though you're free to go. I trust you have been adequately compensated for your time. Thanks as well for looking after all my books. You consider what to say of all this. Stand your ground, meeting Bulford's steady gaze, and assert to him that you do not feel your commitments to and from this group have yet been satisfied.
Saveras.
Hold on. Wolford, sir, I'm Hedwin. My companions and I are the ones who answered your call. We followed the signs you left for us. Now we're here, thanks to you and also to this reader. Not just a reader, he is our friend, my friend. He's not disposable. We made him a promise, and our freedoms are now intertwined. Wilfred smirks at this. Freedom's not something to be traded or exchanged, my boy. I'd hope that you have come to grasp this much by now. He breathed a sigh. Seems we started off on the wrong foot. It's not my wish to sour the occasion, for there's much to do. You have a right you need to get to, do you not? Now come along, though shall not interfere. For it seems you have a kingship with this reader of yours. Now then, Terry? I, Volfred, sir? Come, let's have a chat. Of course, sir. Volfred strides toward the black wagon, which must have belonged to him. He sensed many conflicting emotions among your companions. Volfred Sandalwood joined you. He knows much of the rights. Welcome aboard. A wagon cuts through a clearing to arrive at the Glade of Lu, where the stars directed you. Wilfred nods his approval, but leaves everyone to their devices. Oh, hey, you guys, I guess I just didn't get the word about this new franchise which we just opened here just now. So, give you a great deal. Just tell your friends, okay? Oh, and hey there, Mr. Sandalwood. Good day to you as well, Ron. Let's see, money. So this to me.
Great taste.
Give the bears Pyre's extinguishes instead. Oh, nice. Let's see. Let's get that up right there.
Great taste.
I don't know how high these talismans can go.
Great taste.
Thanks, guys. Good luck in that thing you're going to tonight. Oh. As you approach Fulford Sandalwood, you feel very much aware that you reside within his black wagon, rather than he in yours. He studies you in silence for a time, then... Tarek, if you have a moment. Hi, Volfred, sir. What is it? This reader. You deem him worthy by your estimation? The lone minstrel tilts his eye in your direction. If you wish my own estimation, Volfred, sir, then I do. Of course, it is not entirely for me to say, but I have seen this reader integrating with the others well. I believe that his achievements are self-evident in having reached Black Basin. Your instructions were deliberately difficult to follow, yet he and the others followed them. Indeed, your words make sense as ever, Tarek. And what does little Tizo think of it, I wonder? Tizo indicates that, as a matter of fact, he is happy to have you around. There you have it, sir. I see. Continues to examine you. High praise isn't oft-spoken by those two, my boy. Nonetheless, I shall be watching you. Now, pardon us, Tarek and I have managed to discuss. They leave without another word, although you think you notice the lone minstrel look your way over his shoulder. Emperor Mur, scarcely could I recognize him when at last I found him. A half-starved animal, horns sprouted from his head, a bestial mirror of his blackened reputation. And I, a man who conquered countries, feared my emperor then in such a way as I had never known. My charge had been to slay this man, but when I discovered him, he was already fighting for his life. The little imp, Haub, proved of little help against the sister of the Arch, whose entire lives were culminating in this instant. I was unable to watch. My heart ached with such pity for the man, and for the love I felt for him when I had served him, that I sprang to his defense. Nice. Oh, good though. It's time to commence the rite. You and your fellow exiles arrived at the sacred site called Glade of Lu, and now look to the stars in the sky to signal the beginning of the next rite. The woods about you bring a sense of tranquility you have not felt in some time. But then, you notice one of the trees move. It shuffles towards you, and regards you with an exaggerated bow. Well, goodness, by the roots of Luz Glorian, it would appear the rumors are correct. Nightwings have returned. Of course, the trees are the wise ones. Cassiodus. Oh, but where are my manners? One moment. The sap claws at his marks with his wispy fingers. Much better. Oh my god, his face. Aged manly tinder stove, at your service. Perhaps you've heard of me. Sniper fantasy and certainly will find a position of high standing once it is free. My fellows and myself, you perhaps know us as the Chastity. We shall soon stand against you in the rights. For now, I am just whiling away the time, making small talk. Now then, as I have introduced myself, your turns. To whom am I speaking? Then, in your mind's eye, you see Wolfert and hear his voice. Manly tinder stuff is not to be trusted. Reveal neither yourselves to him nor me. Well, beneath their mask, Jodariel stares back at him in silence. Suspect Wolfert's message may have reached every member of the group. Why now? How very rude indeed. Well, fine. Ignore me, but you do so at your peril. Anyhow, once this evening's rite commences, any moment now, then I'm afraid ignoring me won't be an option any longer. Oh, and now I do believe the sky's beginning to show. We'll have to chat again some other time. Oh, come along, come along. Manly bows again and wanders off into a clearing as the stars begin to burn. Let's go.
Once again, the stars align themselves before you, reader. And here now, at the Glade of Liu, I have to say, you've come so very far. But there are those, such as your adversaries called the Chastity, who have toiled for this too. They know that with their freedom comes great opportunity. It could be yours instead. Please show the Chastity that the Nightwings are superior.
I wonder, O honored Nightwings, how well you know these woods. Why, these woods would strangle you, and I'm afraid I could do little to stop them even if I tried. You might do better to beware of them. Jodariel continues to ignore him. He grows upset. Why, you insolent. Then fine, let us begin the dance and he shoves his mask back on in a huff. And allow me to thank you in advance for helping me return onto my proper station in the Commonwealth. Jodariel's the babe.
Now let us get started. Jodariel.
Oh, if I have Jodariel, I can't have Pamitha.
Oh yeah, cause they're
Makes
rivals.
sense, yeah, but I didn't know that would continue. Guess I'm never using Pamitha. No, I will, not now. Oh no. Gross. Alright, let's see who else. Let's bring little Tizo along.
Tizo.
Let's bring Sir Gilda this time. I hope he's... Oh, he hasn't been enlightened yet.
Sir Gilman.
Glory is within our grasp, but that this knight had hands with which to grasp it. Are you quite ready, finally, O Nightwings? May all of those masks of yours ensure no harm should come to any of your lovely countenances. Now come along, come along. Let's give the stars a show. Let's see. May I present to you Humboldt Manley Jr. He's every bit my equal and is poised to guarantee that Tinderstaff line shall have a bright future. goes on and on about his sapling for a while. I've had more than enough of him. Caesar is in full agreement with this course of action and is eager to make Manly shut up for a while. Now, isn't he just the most precious thing you've ever seen? The sampling is nothing but an extension of Manly. If he is banished, the sampling should cease to trouble you as well.
Manly and his offspring hold no small degree of influence within the Commonwealth, reader. There are many who would welcome his return, though none so much a path to glory laid bare.
Oh, what's this? Seems the Wood themselves are closing in on upon our little soiree. Oh, do be careful now. These grasping roots and vines, they may not hold you in such high esteem as I.
Your adversary Manly is comfortable in this suffocating glade. Yet he longs now for the comfort of his Commonwealth estate. Perhaps such wealth ought to be reserved instead.
So let me guess, don't walk into that.
Whoops, I went straight into it.
Can't you jump?
Yeah, I can. I accidentally went.
Oh.
Ho ho ho!
Nope. Self-destruct, I forgot. My tease is a self-destruct.
Yes!
Ah, darn. Heck
The
yeah.
imp did it!
Oh dear, the woods are closing in, uncomfortably close at that. Whatever shall we do? Perhaps if we just stand aside a while, we could put an end to this that much sooner.
Sorry, Manly.
Oh,
Sir Gilman plunges
When did
into
those vines grow?
just continue to grow. Say, have any of you noticed how it's feeling rather crowded out here? Almost as if the 100 Minds himself resents you for being here. Yes, I rather think that's it. So cease with all your scurrying about with that damn dwarf and let me handle this. That's only getting worse. More against my favor too.
Didn't see it coming.
Put him loose.
Come on.
Ah, he's still there. Nope, nope, nope.
Empire shan't survive much more of that.
Let's go. Alright, you Nightwings, I've had enough to hear with you. Or perhaps I've simply had enough to hear with all of these encroaching plans, these miserable little things. Either way, I don't appreciate how you're ignoring me. The stage is just getting smaller.
Yes.
Yeah, the stage really is getting so small.
I got two with small auras too, it's not necessarily. At least they move quickly. No!
All for naught.
No!
Manly delves headlong into the fire.
You fell.
No, no.
Ah, you were so close.
The orb is up. The chastity banished to the last. And it is done.
Heck
The
yeah.
Nightwings prevail again. 'Twas as though the scribes themselves stood by their side.
Can't even handle myself.
The right is ended.
Nice.
Good. That imbecile was sapped. So much talking hot air. Teaser is fired up at having prevailed against Manly and the Chastity. Well, my. Oh, worry not, though, Nightwings. I'm not angry with you, honestly. But I am very, 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 very disappointed. I thought perhaps that we had something going here between us. You scratched my back, I scratched yours and all. Instead, however, you decided to spit in my face. Fine, we'll have to see where all your rudeness gets you. Now, ta-ta. Get out of my house.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained. The imp
He's a
teaser
reach type
appears to
enlightenment.
have a certain depth of knowledge.
Teaser just had a flash of inspiration about his Rwanda rights and is a part of the Nightwings.
Desperate for honor, this
Huzzah!
may
Great
yet
wisdom
learn
clouds over this
something.
knight's entire consciousness. Let's see. Temporarily has infinite stamina.
The might of the sea sojourner. Until the next
It
right.
was well done, by the way. I'm beginning to see why your companions vouch for you. Don't let it get to your head, of course. Time to bash people
So
up.
far, I've only created the outline frame box thingy for the characters.
Yes, outline frame box thingy. My favorite. After besting the Chastity in a rather one-sided contest, you return to your wagon to consider your bid next week. Adequate performance back there. Adequate? Yes, adequate for the next part of our plan. Go, have your reader consult the stars. See where they take you next. I'll give you a hint. It's further north. It's going to be high up. Did this night hear you say high up? And it's going to be cold. We'll see. Come on, my friend. Let's have a look outside then. That plan Bulford mentioned. Just want you to know, I don't know what he means. Here because we're going to be free again. We won't be living out our days as exiles. That's the only plan as far as I'm concerned. But there's always a catch, right? We'll see what Bulford has to say. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. No matter what, we're getting closer, thanks to you. Once more, you look toward the heavens. Check something real quick. Okay. Whoa, why does it look so fancy? Music. So now you see it for yourself. You're summoned to the north, where looms Mount Elodiel, and at the very top, the Fall of Solian. You can From the start, it's indicated this exactly. Wilfred, sir, how did you know? Wilfred smiles back at it, but you sense his thoughts, as though he's directing them at you.
I too can read, my boy.
Oh.
Forbidden though the words may be.
He turns back to Hedwyn.
Grande libro d'artes.
Your reader's skills, while rare, are not unique, but, as I said, I'll let him do the job. I see that you have something special going on here, which benefits the plan. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom.
Fare toros.
Oh, fear not, my boy. It is indeed. Plenty of time to tell you all about it on the way. For now, however, you look like you can use some rest. For that matter, so can I, if you'll excuse me. You sense your companions are exhausted for the recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take the night to recover as much as possible. Spooky. I just held together. At dawn, Wolfert is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Alright, so you got nowhere else to go. Ooh, this place looks nice. You get clear of the woods at last, and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Elodiel. We have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Wolfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites, and the plan to which he alluded.
Gersare braleos.
Banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something.
Quare vele braleas.
What does freedom even mean to you? He looks you in direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject, and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? Tell Wolfert that freedom means not having to answer to anyone, and going through life beholden only to one's own will. He considers your remarks for a short while.
Maforta sentas.
Perhaps you led a troubled childhood, my boy, for all of us at one time or another have to answer to someone with more wisdom in the world than we. Though you make reference to the kind of authority which governs the Commonwealth, we know, which sent us down to the river into exile. Would you be free if you were ruled beneath those bylaws once again? He then turns his attention to the whole
Na
group.
libra desertus.
Now, let me tell you all what freedom means to me.
A libra narum
Freedom
sarushe.
means to live life without fear. To be able to indulge in one's curiosity and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks out toward the distant mountains.
Reluse travestarum.
Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more.
Cersam sublaritas.
And you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. Will you not truly be free, I think? At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost. And the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear they should not intervene firsthand.
Pederandas vale.
That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you.
Ramsetam librage.
Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for ourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now.
Sepranum
The
sambegracia.
plan, then, is this. We free each other from the downside through the rites, then we meet up on the other side. We organize.
Ardedere splaren.
Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. You're plotting a revolt.
Sirim dare.
Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, we You know by now that we could see through it.
Presevare gares.
But you not need be a part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish. Live out your remaining days here, like so many others.
Tentashe baromet.
So, if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth, as you're doing here, then speak now. Wolfert pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs.
Iradet.
Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rites, and are integral to our plan. Remember that.
Quare veribralias.
You seek true freedom, you will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together, you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. And he lets out a long breath.
Fare torus.
That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Wolfert turns toward the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said. Plot the wagon's northward path.
I got too lazy to continue drawing.
Well, happens.
Pensarus de menturis.
Beyond lies Mount Aladiel. So dressed we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. Discuss the plan. Oh no. Beyond Crystal seeks Headwood.
Urum cadagamarias.
There you are, my boy. There was something which I wanted to discuss with you in private. Wolfert stares at you, rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then...
Shemtage amitas.
Do you know what it means to be a reader? Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though, your ability in this I sense is nascent, still. Mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now that they haven't told you yet. Your friends. That explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know, or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know, themselves, other than Tyrek, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected when at first we met, that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path towards enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gone to that part just yet. Wolfert breaks free from you and looks at you again, and he speaks to you as normal.
Narum care saste.
It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites. This group values you as reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, do not think the rites can help you to return, if that is what you had in mind. So, once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees, not for you nor any of us. Do you understand? You understand the words of warning yet. Just the same, you choose to carry on. There's more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself.
Racim claretatis.
I kind of like low-key had a feeling that the reader isn't allowed to leave, but I wasn't sure yet, and then this happened. I'm like, yeah, I jinxed it.
I admire that, my boy. Then very well.
Merencenas et.
Know that we have much at stake here, in this anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back into that Commonwealth, which cast us down here to begin with. Sounds like you intend to stick around. Then we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then, he strides out of the wagon then, leaving you with your thoughts. Okay. Let's see. Having a headwing in here. Why hello, my lovely reader. What might I do for you? Let's request a trial. Oh, that can be arranged. You need but name for me the one you have in mind. Yes, Sandra, to administer one of her special trials for Hedwin. Oh, you must mean that nomad boy. So innocent, that one. I should have a lot of work to do with him. I'll just bring him forth. Soon, Headwind appears and heeded the summons.
Si sentirna.
Hey, my friend, what's going on? See ya. Friggin' yoink. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, boy. You answer to me here.
Listos.
Understood. You are a fool. Do
Ooh,
not talk
another
back
one
to
of
me.
my items sold.
Hey.
It sold for 4.7 million.
Cool.
Yeah. Now I gotta sell one more of those.
Your reliance on your friends is such a burden upon them. Let us see what you can do without their aid, save for that of your lovely Rita there. Ah, darn it. Yes. Oh. Jeez. This one might be pretty rough. Oh. No. Ah, darn it. I just... I had these trials though.
You're tough.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Oh.
called trials for a reason, right?
I'm an idiot. I went straight into that. Dude, that was a close call. No, Jesus, that dash caught me off guard.
You've never played as a female character on PS2, right?
No, why?
Okay, so like when you make a female character on PS2, and then like you like go to the player shop, check for outfits and whatever, if she has like really big boobs, every time you click on an item, her boobs just jiggle like violently for a moment.
I get it. Oh, because I think it's reloading.
Yeah, that's the thing. But it just keeps doing like this big boob jiggle, and I'm like, god damn it.
Ah. Oh my god. It's like this. I didn't even make a single point there. Check some real quick. Let me check some real quick. Check some real quick. Alright, let's go. Nope. I forget I can jump. Nope. I'm an idiot. terrible. That's fine. Go. Yes. No. Yes. No. Go, 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 go. That was close. No, come on. Yes. No. Go, 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 go. Ah, darn it. So close. Yes. Go. Green. Bump. Yes. Man, getting tried, bro.
You did it?
Yeah. We did it. Seems you did indeed, my boy. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Yes, congratulations are in order, to you and to your lovely leader. Now, farewell. It's okay. You probably died like 50 times there, buddy. It's okay. It's normal. It's part of it's part of my master plan. Yeah. Good to be back after all that. Say, what's that you have there? Ghost Bracer. And when Pyre casts his aura with greater ease and gates. Infinite stamina on hit for 2 seconds. How very kind of you to visit me again like this, O lovely reader. For I was just standing about in the blackness of this void, thinking it would be most pleasant if something were to happen for a change. It was a long period of time that this incarceration of mine failed utterly to do anything but bring me peace of mind. Not much of a punishment. I invite you to imagine an upbringing among the Sisters of the Arch. Living on the outskirts of civilization, your days all full of training which could kill you or just cripple you for life. How do you suppose I lost my sight? Through a glorious battle with the scribes, or in a careless sparring session with my master? Ah, but I've not forgotten enough just yet. In any case, at first I welcomed the prospect of not having to struggle every moment to survive. But in less than 2 centuries, why, I started to grow terribly bored. Did not help at all that the night wings of the early days were the stodgiest lot you could imagine, obsessed with obeying the book as strictly as they could. Some of them started to remind me of myself, I think, when I was young. Such idiots, a lot of them. Ah, but what am I saying, lovely reader? I shall not bore you further with such matters. I would have bored myself to death back then, if only I could die. Like so many other things, I think mortality is something oft taken for granted. until it is taken away. So, given your mortality, let's say that we get back to business here. Let's go. Until our next appointment. It's like a doctor's appointment, apparently. And she needs to chill. She needs to chill with her sass, that's for sure. The sass chill. Give me a sec. Alright, let's go. Earlier, Wolfric called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying?
Vistare daste.
What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, can't be all of you at once. Earn our way back one by one, or not at all. But I swore that we'd go free together.
Cebrale servas.
We may go free together, yet. It's going to take time. This is only the first phase. You, Hedwin, and the others exchange glances.
Bendale dantas.
Let me make this plainer for you still. Here's how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend to Mount Aladale, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest. We did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Afterwards, we will reach the Fall of Soliam and meet our adversaries in the rights. There are to be the Templars, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him.
Cerebrametaros.
Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirates prevails, there's somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth?
Maderusat.
Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in, and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows all about all this. The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible.
Lorigas entrave.
Many of these details described themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have a good incentive to protect these secrets well. So, then that's it? We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays?
Geresama rictus.
For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed, for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall be just a step along our path. However, so that's it for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Wolfert leaves the rest of you. Consider what he said. You have time for your vacations. At dawn, you should begin your ascent of Mount Aladale. Guess who's getting mentored once more?
Jodariel?
Heck yeah.
Of course.
You and Jodariel go over her understanding of her aura and its connection to her presence, both physical and spiritual. This discussion proves informative. She's so close to enlightenment. Seems her past experience becomes plainly visible when her auras are revealed.
Roy? Yeah.
Let's go. Real quick. Let me see. Time to go to Mount Aladale. Here before you lies Mount Aladale, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Companions gather around again before Wolfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense the tension in the air.
Regum tragevas.
Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. It is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, but you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be?
Rare timigentas.
Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? questions. Why us?
Quem preves
Why you indeed, madam? That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against our adversaries in the rights. What is it that they want, do you suppose? Want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities.
Some keras gogiter.
Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rights. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those ones who lived to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not?
Sirveru.
But as for you, I've been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. It took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Headwind over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts. Gather enough help and he and his friends could go free.
Civitergi transa.
Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then why you? Because I have reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's hold hand. The rights of you have seen are quite exclusive. You're imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up.
Bregandes.
Now then, more questions. Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. Wilfred's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he's willing to tell you at this point. Prompts for further questions when Jodariel raises her voice again. Hold, you mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know, why us? Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite?
Etrage.
Ah, I see. Well, that is simple, really, madam. You are chosen. You are qualified, I should say. Because, as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Now, in this case, the expression is quite literally true.
Kerasama rictus.
The 8th created the rites, each one of them anointing certain other exiles to participate on their behalf. Exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The 8 scribes are also formed a special group against which all others would be judged.
Renan noxanas.
That group they called the Nightwings. You bear their books, wear their mask and raiments. You need but show it to the rights, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up?
Num cariblarius.
Then you would deny yourselves the chance of freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries. Victory means nothing in a common right. Then, participation is all that matters.
Cementrarose.
Not so, madam. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. So, you see, those who do not conduct the rites or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites. But these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back.
Pretere magretas.
It's been a heavy price to pay in all this. Now, if you excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. Some murmur to themselves about all of this as Wilfred takes his leave. Others reconnoite words. Pathways leading up the mountain present you with some options. Let's see. The valley goes. Oh. Where are we? Oh, there we go. Join Pamith on a brief expedition to find anything of value dropped by those who tried to scale the mountain but did not succeed. Wait, I shall be joining you. What now, I get 2 chaperones? But sure, I'm game, whatever you wingless are into. Be silent, little bird, and fetch those trinkets and be done. My, so full of bitterness. You really ought to make the most of these last precious moments that we share. And you ought not to mince your words. Oh, please. We all know you're going to be the first one out of here, so why not quit your constant frowning for a change? I, the first one out of here? Of course, it's plain the others pity you. You've been here longer than the rest of us by far. Besides, maybe that Volfred, though he seems plenty happy here making his speeches. How dare you? How dare you to presume? Nothing is decided as of yet. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. So, by some coincidence, you do end up selected for the honor. Just want you to know something. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, do hope we shall prevail on your behalf. Cause that way you shall be free, of me at least. And I, in turn, shan't have to suffer any longer of your hideous attitude toward me and everything. At that, you intervene. Jodariel's eyes burn with fury, but then she calms herself. I shall see you at the wagon, reader. Kavitha scoffs as Jodariel storms off. I swear that one. Well, moving on. There's something sparkling down there. Be right back. He swoops out of sight, leaving you alone there on the mountain. Kavitha soon returns with something that lay long forgotten in the rocks below. The fairy spirit. After bear vanishes, an adversary spawn a moon drop. Push briefly against infinite stamina. Nice. Let's see.
So does that mean you have to replay this game multiple times to get everyone back to the Commonwealth?
That's a good point, actually. I do not know.
Because you're getting one of them out, but then you still got everyone else.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see once we get up there what happens.
Also, this place looks really nice.
It does.
It's my aesthetic.
Of course it is.
What, you got a problem?
Second.
You wanna go?
I'll go to the amusement park.
You have like 45 minutes left.
Yeah,
We
I
have to
know.
look for it.
I know. You and Head
Just checking.
walk in silence for some time as he conducts a customary survey of the area. Well, my friend, no signs of hollers, as Jody would say. No sign of anything at all. Sense something is troubling you. Oh, that. It's just... I've just been giving lots of thought to everything that Bolfred's told us. Another couple of days, one of us may be gone all of a sudden. Or, I don't mean to put it that way. One of us could go free. We are on our way back one by one, as he said. I want you to know something. The others and I, we talked it over, and when the time comes, we want you to decide who gets to go, if anyone. This might all be a part of Wilfred's plan, but we got here thanks to you, and even though I'm worrying right now about us splitting up, I guess if Wilfred had his way, all of us will meet up on the other side. And won't that be a day? Worst case, we keep failing in the rights and be stuck down here, together, just like this. The two of you walk on in silence for a time, and at last you return to the wagon. Edwin returns to you again. Thanks for the company. I think I'm better now. Edwin feels more prepared for the next right.
I feel bad for Hedwin because he's legit innocent, like to a degree, like what the lady said.
You mean his reason for being exiled?
No, like the Sandra, whatever lady, whatever her name was.
Sandra? Yeah.
Yeah, she was saying about how Hedwin was so innocent in like the way he like.
He just puts his trust a lot in his friend.
Yeah, and then like this happened. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah. You and your companions gather at Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more and falls under an archway carved of stone. Come along now, everyone, and be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together much how we act as with a single heart and mind during the rites. Well then, lead onward, Tarek. Please follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and all the others follow. The last of your companions near the arch, you notice someone standing high above, who then appears before you. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tarek?
Salutium, Ceres.
It is. Greetings, Celeste.
Celeste.
Sweats nervously. What am I doing there?
Oh my god. And how was your rest?
Pelamta, Ceres.
Too long, Celeste. Seems your work has piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate?
Va.
Aye. Then, let us make this quick. He gestures towards the rest of you. Now, each of you in turn, state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing the scribe's gate.
Oxare Shomtas.
Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your fellow exiles exchange glances, but quickly comply. I'll start. They call me Hedwin the Deserter. I come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions. In my case, so I can return to be with one whom I love. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Ruki to speak up next. I am regarded by the name of Ruki Greentail. Just want to get out of here, I guess, with my chums preferably. Go see Mama back home. I am Captain Jodariel. Do not truly know as yet what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Zai, and I am here, I think, because the scribes have called to me. It must be them, because if not, then who? Tiso seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy and maybe see the Commonwealth someday. Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion at your service. This knight is on a quest to find his honor. He lost it at a certain point. Commit the tame. I'm only here because my sister's here. Then, as Wolfert steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. You, I recognize from the Nightwings of the past. You're not clad in the raiments any longer. I would know why. I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you. I travel with them as a pilgrim now. I see. Then stay where you are here, as of the others. My name is Wilfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there is no one left to go. Stay who you are. Cannot for the life of you recall a time before arriving in the downside. Details of the Commonwealth are scarce within your mind. Perhaps you wanted to forget the place. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. Just want to see your quest through to the end. You're not one to go through life examining whatever it is that you decide. You take life as it comes and are content to appreciate some of the surprises. The room regards you for a time, then nods once and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And Tarek? I, Celeste? Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. This is the last rites. On the top
The
of Mount
end is
Elidil,
nigh.
you can see the distant downside before you. You think of the many thousand leagues you crossed to reach this point as the sky grows dim. Hey guys, so just you're aware and all. I know how come you're here. Come you made it all the way up here. Oh, I know that. You're here because I got the lowest prices in all the downside, am I right? And some of the new stuff I got in stock, you're gonna get a lot of value there, an awful lot. I mean,
I guess.
ooh, a handful of Stardust. Oh, cool. Something to relearn all masteries if I wanted to. Yeah, upgrade them.
So for this game, I don't know if it's just because of you playing, but it looks like it's really easy.
It's not too bad unless you're alone, then it's a freaking pain.
Like you're breezing
But
through
then
this
again,
so
I'm in
quickly.
normal difficulty. I'm not in the hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that's thing, you're breezing through like so quickly, so there's gotta be more to it than just this much.
I'm sure there's more. Like,
Yeah, see, maybe
but
you
I
have to
mean,
do it for
like,
every exile.
well, cause like Supergiant games, like the mechanics are usually pretty simplistic, but it doesn't make the game any less challenging. Especially in the harder stuff when you add all the challenges and all that.
No, like, yeah, I'm just saying, I think there's more to this than just this final area.
Gotcha. Oh, rank 20 is the max. Got it. I getcha. Let's see.
What is that glowing thing
Which one?
in your inventory? The
Oh,
cargo.
Fairy Spirit?
Oh.
It's an item I got recently. As much as I want to get everything down, I want to get this one actually.
Bye, Tice. Compare your power mais.
Come see us again, guys.
Okay, I guess.
I suppose. Oh, I get to speak to Jodariel. Oh, is there an item? Jodariel appears to be prepared for whatever is to come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she is already in her raiments. Edwin soon joins her, also looking ready. Any sign of Ruki? None as yet. Complain about her chafing at the collar of his mask. My freedom might be hinging on that collar then. I'm certain that it is. They share a laugh together. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said, nor needs to be said. Soon, if Volfred is to believe, one of her companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey, what'd I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet? Easy, Rookie. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How for your struggles with your mask, Greentail? Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against a wall for a little bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed there for good measure. Though, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like soon. By dawn, in fact, if all goes well. If all goes well, that's one way to look at it, I guess. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just, you might be breaking up the band here, people. One of us gets out. It's been bugging me a while now. Thought we all were getting out of here at once. He shoots a look at you. Some of us, we might not be getting out of here at all. Edwin slams his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other, each of us, the four of us. We're all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do. But we've been here from the start. I want you to know, my promise is to you, and I believe you'll do the same for me. So it's like this. If any one of us gets out, great, but it's just a start. I'm going to do whatever it takes there on the other side to make it so the rest of us can get back too. What, do you think they're gonna build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something? I don't know what it's going to take. I just know we have to try. Jodariel turns to you. Reader, she'll find a way. She nods to reassure you, to reassure herself. Ricky nods his head in turn. Edwin's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. One by one, they turn towards the door. The Fa Salim awaits, vital step in your quest for freedom. You feel in your heart that it shall only be the first. 3 companions, each gain +1 hope for the liberation right. Very nice.
I found someone named Sirveru down.
Sounds about right. The imp Haub and I, we helped to save my emperor. And when the danger did subside, my emperor Salim Mur, he said something to me which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, You gave your freedom, Master Golathinian, so that I may yet have mine. You too now are in exile of the downside. In all the days which I have left, I can never repay the mercy you have shown me. So, if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do so in the next. We crossed the land together. Together with the imp, we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. I think that's why there's so many chapters.
Because it's for
Because
each
it's
character,
each
right?
character, I think.
Yeah, I think so
Oh,
too.
man.
This game's gonna be long.
I don't mind that.
I wonder if it gets like super repetitive though.
Maybe there's some differences in the story.
Maforta sentas.
Is everyone prepared, Edwin?
Kiratem.
Yes, though several of us have another question that's been troubling us.
Tepraje nanset.
You need but ask.
Putarum siste.
You said that one of us is going to return to the Commonwealth if we defeat the Tempers and the Rights this night. What happens if we fail?
Nara teromestas.
Edwin, my boy, don't you see? The path to freedom and the path to enlightenment are one and the same. Do you intend to stray from the path?
Sa.
No.
Zenem kaje
Then you have nothing to fear. But let me be much more upfront with you. Should you be defeated by the Tempers this night, then one of them shall end up going free instead of one of you. It is as simple as that.
Kirsare damushe.
What then is to be done? The very same as if we achieve victory. We await our next such opportunity and make the most of it. Tonight, our plan is set in motion. We are united in our cause. We shall look as ever toward the stars for guidance and seize upon our future chances, just as they arise.
Enravetasta.
So look up, my boy, and set aside your doubts. It is time to take great strides along the path.
So like, you know how all the way at the beginning they asked you if you can read the book?
Yeah,
What if you said you couldn't?
no clue.
And for the end, game's over. Speedrun, 5 seconds.
And I'm done here. See you guys. Goodbye. It's been a long journey of 5
Many years
minutes.
have passed since last the Nightwings
Literally, you
gained
probably
the
like
summit of
fastest
the sacred
speedrun in
mountain
terms of like
and stood
games like this.
upon the fall of Solium.
Yes, you can button
You
mash
are to be
fast.
commended for your guidance, reader. But only if you can prevail in this liberation rite. Here you stand to gain much more than some enlightenment. Your adversaries are none other than the Tempers. I trust they need no introduction. Soon, one among you shall regain their freedom.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirants is present and prepared.
Volunta lorigas.
I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirants is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the Tempers, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Massive demon swaggers into view. He reaches for his mask. You know who I am already. But look at what we got here. The damn Nightwings decided to show up. I almost figured we were never going to see the day again. Takes notice of someone in your ranks. Hey, you! He indicates Jodariel. She scoffs back at him. Loose the mask. Ain't seen one of our own in ages, not in these damn robes. Jodariel's hesitation is almost imperceptible before she moves to remove her mask, just as her adversary asks. Satisfied? Whoa, you must be new. Jodariel soon puts her mask back on. Enough talk. I like you, curly horns. Tell you what, once we put out your lights, you can come along with these guys. We're gonna have a spot open. Only shame is I ain't gonna be around to show you a good time. Should rather cut out my own tongue. Oh, you don't mean that. Our kind, we ought to stick together. Now come on. Daenerys throws his mask back on as his allies snarl at the rest of you. Have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they should conduct this right? Lone Minstrel gets your attention in this subtle way.
Eratus tanta.
Reader. this
Wait
is
a
it.
minute, how the hell did that guy's horn fit into
Yeah,
the
I don't
map?
know. I don't know. Just go with it. The first companion whom you choose shall be anointed to go free this very night if he prevail. The other two in the triumvirate shall lend their aid. As you may know, only the most enlightened in the rites are eligible to go free. Not all among you may be ready yet. Now, Nightwings, I would have your decision.
Oh no.
Most deserve
So
their freedom.
basically,
Jodariel!
yeah, you're gonna lose your waifu.
I can only pick 3 actually. Jodariel, my bae.
You shouldn't have enlightened her.
I didn't know!
Goodbye, waifu. Bouncer.
What? Oh.
The guy's
wait.
a bouncer. Got it. Jet boots, dual blade. Let's go.
Unworthy. I'm sorry, Jodariel.
I mean, the game seems to kind of emphasize on it too.
Me? Why? Then the Gate Guardian looks upon you and your adversaries. Very well. Then, under the watch of the 8 scribes, here are the stakes of this Eve's liberation rite. Should the Nightwings prevail, the one called Jodariel should be liberated. Should the Temperance prevail, the exiled Ignarius shall go free instead. She then turns to you. Now, who among the Nightwings shall complete your triumvirate? To strive again alongside Jodariel and see to her return in glory.
Who shall lend her support?
Oh, I can actually pick Pymitha if I wanted to.
Hedwig.
I feel like you should get her old gang
I was
together.
going to, actually. Sounds good. Now, let's bring Jodariel home.
Feel so
Sure.
sad.
No pressure, right, chum?
Now,
Feel so sad.
Very well. The 8 scribes accept your choices, reader of the Nightwings. She then indicates to the lone minstrel. Now, are you yourself prepared, Tarek?
Israel.
Aye, Celeste. Then, let us begin. Nightwings, been waiting for an awful long time to get out of this hole. Try and stop me.
commence.
Yes. The music though is so good. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Oh, sweet. So got it. Nice. Very nice. You good for nothing Nightwings. Skip out on us for years and years, then show up all of a sudden like you're gonna let somebody out for once. And now we gotta work for it, I guess. Damn it. I used to be the best. At this at least, but now? The pressure's getting to me. Can't believe it's getting to me. Haha, Moira. I doubt you'd even recognize me anyway. Come on, Nightwings. Let's see you keep this up.
No, Jodariel. You just let her die.
Ah, crud, messed up. This music is so good though.
A mere attempt. Glorious. Why, that was all of them. How very sad for the Tempers. Cast from afar into the Pyre's flame. What's more like that and we are finished here? Good. Banished all of them. Oh, not Ignatius! Glorious. Now there's a proper dousing.
You're having a hard time there.
All of the Tempers gone. And
Yes.
there it is, at last.
Got it?
Yeah.
The Night Wings proved their worth.
After
As for
that
their
cutscene, you should
adversaries,
probably save.
They
Yeah, no.
did not.
Because it might be like a long cutscene.
Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Night Wings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds. Return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Yeah, what a joke. We should have had this. Should have had this. Got all rusty. You've been waiting so damn long. Damn it, damn it. Nightwings. Be seeing you around, I guess. Next time, you ain't gonna be so lucky. After all this time, she turns her gaze towards the rest of you. I never thought this day would come. I have all of you to thank for this, for doing this for me. The life that I recall back in the Commonwealth was at times difficult, and I am much older now. I know not what I shall find on my return. However, I know this. That place still is like the Commonwealth I left so long ago. Then, I shall strive to make it better. For as long as I retain my strength and breath. You see her smile faintly as she disappears into the shimmer pool. Though you still can hear her voice, though faintly now. Farewell then, reader. All of you, for now.
No, waifu.
Godspeed, Captain Jodariel. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
There goes waifu. I'm
May the
gonna miss
scribes have
Jodariel.
mercy on us all.
I'm so sad.
After your victory over the Templars and the Liberation Rite, you return to your wagon to decide how to proceed from here. I don't know what I'm gonna do without her here. Well, look on the bright side. It's one less mouth to feed.
Maramidare
We'll
Varkos.
see Jodariel again if we persevere. Our journey's now begun in earnest. We'll just need to make a few last preparations while we're here. What about the stars? Can we afford the time?
Namorente.
About that, reader, go see for yourself. The night sky over Mount Elodiel is much darker than you would have expected. Your thoughts are with Jodariel as you look toward the heaven. You gaze into the darkness of the night. Where? You search and search the sky, but in vain. No stars are shining now.
Astrale
The
tasivestas.
stars reveal nothing, did they not? You confirm his suspicions.
Calibrale
As the
dictas.
book foretells, there's a chance we need to make ready for what lies ahead.
Vonzare ticitas.
There's a haven south of here we'll travel to at dawn. When the stars decide to shine for us again, we'll be ready. Mark my words. What happens now? Find Hedwin on his own after Jodariel's liberation. Send straight away what is on his mind. The two of them were close together, close through much of his life. He looks up at you, but this familiar smile is nowhere to be found. I'm sorry, my friend. I should be a much better rude right now, but it's just... I can't believe she's gone. Then he shakes his head. Listen to me. I'm talking like she's... He falls silent again. You can tell he needs some time to himself right now and turn to leave. Wait, hold on. Don't leave me here just yet. First of all, my friend, thank you. I don't like to think of it in quite these terms, but out of all of us, I really hope she managed to get out of here. She's been here the longest, not to mention I'd probably be dead 10 times over by now if not for her. What's more, maybe other than Volford himself, I have a feeling she's really going to make an impact on this plan of ours back on the other side. Just the same though, I'm going to miss her. You and Hedwin share some memories of Jodariel for a time, though it grows clear to you that he needs some time alone. Thanks again, my friend. I hope that one day all of us can meet again. Jody, she'd be happy on that day, I bet. It is very late now. You part ways after bidding each other a good evening. Talk to Sandra, see what she has to say. This place, where you currently reside, must be Mount Elodiel, is it not? This was where those blasted scribes decided what to do with me. I'd already failed in my mission to eliminate the demon Solayim Mur. I did not anticipate his retinue, you see. They took me and some of my fellow beyonders alive, although did not expect to see account of that in their good book. Whether it was for mercy or for spite, I never became certain. They probably presumed that my expulsion for eternity would eventually have taught me some respect for them, but no, not yet. Not yet. Oh, I do not mean that, really. The scribes did spare my life, and were it not for that, I would never have been thusly trapped to then enjoy your company, O lovely reader. Now, having met my quota of blaspheming for the time, I think it best that we resume the normal sort of business between us, if there's any to speak of, and good hunting at the precipice. You soon read the downside of some useless idiot.
Mondiame ligaratus.
Good morning, my boy. The place I noted earlier. Let me illuminate the way. Wilfred leads you all into a calm and quiet clearing, tucked away inside one of the mountain's hidden folds. All about, you see a variety of strange items and equipment. Bide your time.
And before it's all and I forgot what I was gonna say.
10 points, bud. Find Wilfred, seemingly lost in thought, but then he turns to you.
Budiame ligaratus.
Greetings, reader. This wagon and I, with many memories together, I could not help reliving some of them just now. Suppose some aspects of my past may be of relevance to you, given your role. If there's something that you wish to know, you need but ask. He asked Wilfred about his past in the Commonwealth, and how it is he came to be in the downside.
Haru destegan.
A rather forward of you, my boy. Most whom I have met during my travels here have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nonetheless, I am happy to tell you. As a reader, I assume you're familiar with the stamping press. I owned and operated one. I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy, the interminable wars against the Highwind remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Under pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk, and sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burnt to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture for a while. Not for long. Here in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. That respect my past, I think, similar to yours. Anyway, that is the long and short of it. Now then, was there anything else?
So basically, everyone who's in the Commonwealth is illiterate,
Apparently.
and
Oh,
those
not
who are
everyone,
literate are
but
rebellions.
not everyone, but most of them. And apparently, also give me a quick second.
Okay.
I am back.
And come back. Start wrapping up.
Start rapping? Okay. My name is Burrito, and I'm here to say, give me a burrito, or I'll be here
Boo.
to stay.
Boo.
I got it. This is a good meme, promise.
Boo.
You express interest in knowing more of how the Nightwings came to be here and Volfred's past connection to the group.
Noxana
I have
templis.
been connected to the Nightwings almost since the beginning of my days in exile. They found me, in a manner as I understand, quite like how Hedwin and the others found you. Back then it was a smaller group than we have now. I joined an exile called Arissa, and another known as Orlik. Once in a while, we let little Tizo stand with us as well. He is rather older than he looks. The other triumvirates we stood against. They feared us. Only the Tempers presented any threat to us in any given right. But it was a terrible accident. Irissa, we lost her, and Orlik, he was my friend. He fell from Mount Elidale. We lost him as well. On the night when he was to be free, we were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blame the rights themselves, the circumstances that put us into danger. The downside has claimed many lives, yet it was too much. I vowed never again to don the mask and raiments. I had the black wagon cleared and buried, such that it could not be used again. The Nightwings would rise again. We'd be under different circumstances, under new leadership, and towards a different purpose. That is all I wish to say of this, my boy.
My boy.
Yeah,
Dinner.
basically. He asked Wolfert about his history with the lone minstrel, who he seems to know quite well.
Prepratis tarevar.
Tarek was there with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much as how you've seen, although he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall back then, if you can believe that. I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. He serves the Rights and the Nightwings. I have tried to ask him of his past before, but he seems reluctant to speak of it. Though it is plain that he's not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, although I do not know too much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time, though he who first informed me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tizo were instrumental in our meeting. It's been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyway, was there anything else that you wish to talk about for now? Thankful for first time and bid him a good rest of the afternoon.
Ligaratus?
Likewise to you, reader. Be well. Let's see.
Simadaret.
Everyone, the amenities are modest here at Moonlight Alcove. But I suggest that you get comfortable. We may be here for some time.
Namorente.
As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready by when you need it next. On the mountaintop, you can see all across the downside. Its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land besides it. And so, you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites begins to turn again. Then you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom one by one. Many moons pass. Then one evening, I have a moment, reader. The lone minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rites, as has been your leaning through your stay at this abode. Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please follow me. You follow him into the cold night. Look forth, reader, sir. The stars shine like you have never seen. Once more, the path towards salvation is revealed, but now something is different. The stars shine once more. Each prior time you searched the stars, they showed you to a single path, but now several rites avail themselves to you at once. Henceforth you may choose from several different rites. Interesting.
So I guess now it's a free-for-all.
I mean, technically it's always been a free-for-all.
Oh no, like now it's literally go wherever
But
you
now,
want.
yeah.
Mostratemere.
The stars urge that we go to the Ridge of Gold, a long way off. Wolfred, sir, are we to reach the Ridge of Gold in due course of time? You know full well, Tarek. Preparations are complete. You think you see the lone minstrel smile ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advance, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites this time, till once more we are to traverse Scribe's Gate. Exactly how many, it is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought to present itself much sooner than before, so let's be ready for it. Now then, see you in the morning, reader. Companions have not traveled far from Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spreads throughout the group. Next morning, Wolfred calls everyone together before the black wagon. This old wagon is more than it appears. With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea to me. Now it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. Wolfred beckons you to join him in the wagon. Something had changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now exposed various intricate components once hidden from view. Here are the Nightwings. You should travel in the customary way. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something. After having soared into the sky, the black wagon remains aloft somehow. Tizo is excited to be flying again. You get the impression this may not be the first time for him. Never thought I'd soar like this again. Hey, now we're talking.
Sana Tempres.
The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There's one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing. But we should be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make way by land or sea toward our destination.
Rendusaritas.
Now, without further ado, let us proceed. The Black Wagon can fly. Seek landing near the Ridge of Gold. Jesus. Oh, the place is ridiculous. So near the border of the sandfolds where companions first found you on the downside long ago. There's nothing for you there. You wish never to see it again. Successful landing in Downside Prairie, near the southern edge of the downside. Memories of having first met Hedwin, Jodariel, and Rookie come flooding back. Companions assist with a routine inspection of the wagon. Rookie reports that the wagon's hull is well intact and did not suffer damage from during flight. Pamitha observed small fractures in the edges of the wing flaps, though on further scrutiny, this proves not be cause for much concern. Everything else seems in order. The rest of the group guide through the flight without incident. You should have some time to explore the vicinity before continuing on forward toward the Ridge of Gold by land. Yonder, Crystal seeks Tizo. Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Master Reader, this knight is very, very slightly out of sorts is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Pamitha overhears
Oh yeah,
and
he doesn't like the sky.
Yeah. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Though this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Mine's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Though, I haven't had to swim, and you now have to fly. It's very brave of you, and you handled it better than some hard fledglings I met in my day. You'll get used to it. He departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Hey, +1 hope for my boy. What are these handles for? It's so sad to see one lacking.
Oh hi Mino. You kinda came at a time where we have to wrap up.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Checking some of the things. Oh my god, all these chapters. So many chapters.
How many? Oh gee.
There you go. Let's see. go further this way. I think they all have different. Yeah, they. Oh, I think these are all related to different scribes. They all have the faces of the different character selections. I think they're related to the enlightenment levels for everyone.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Since my lovely reader has returned, then how may I assist you? We do the scribe trial. I shall gladly oblige my reader. I used to be the lucky one this time. No Tizo. Tizo. Ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Tizo. I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out from all his ilk, although that really is not saying much. Well, let us bring him forth. Tizo soon appears in heat of the summons. Tizo seems to be prepared for whatever lies ahead. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, imp. You answer to me here. Tizo indicates his understanding and is prepared to begin Sandra's trial. You know the formalities, of course. Show me then what you have learned thus far about the rites. Here in this trial it shall be just you, my beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us see now how you fare. I'm an idiot. I forget I blew up.
Good job.
It's that I'm used to doing the aura thing. And Tizo's the only one who doesn't do that. I'm an idiot again, I died. How in the world am I supposed to attack without aura? This might be really hard.
Oh, good luck. I feel like this is basically run and dodge.
Oh, cool. No, 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 no. These stupid walls that don't look like walls.
I like how I figured out that it was walls, but you didn't.
They don't look like walls.
Play more two-dimensional games.
Well, no, it's that they don't stand out.
They stand out to me.
They don't to me at all. They feel like part
Play
of the
more 2D
background. It
games.
has nothing to do with it.
Get good.
No, because like foreground objects, like usually they have more emphasis.
Oh
So-
yeah, they have like the 3D effect normally.
Not
or, like,
necessarily a 3D effect, but just emphasis of any sort. So
For
you
me,
know
that
it's
looks
part
like
of the
emphasis.
foreground, but to me it looks part of the background, and I always forget that. So I don't pay, like, my eyes literally block it. Like it does not even see it.
Stop tunnel visioning.
It's not tunnel visioning. It's just how it is. Like I'm paying attention to what matters, and to me those symbols don't matter. So my
Stop
mind
tunnel
literally
visioning.
blocks them out because they don't matter, or they feel like they don't matter, but they do. Whatever. Whatever.
It's okay.
Whatever. I'll tease them. Somehow I did it anyway. Took me less tries than the other ones.
Mino agrees that's a dumb design for walls.
Yeah, like it just doesn't look like walls. Hope swing. Oh, this is a good one. That's a good one. Right there. Right there. Like the You're a little imp.
Why is there a floating rock?
I don't know. It's part of the environment.
Can you click on it?
Yeah, it moves around. There's like a little ding. Like a little- Wait, I was gonna give Tizo the item.
Click on it more. Click on it more, then break the window.
Relax. Use as a stress reliever. So what happens when there's only one or two? After having reached the untamed reaches of Hollowwood, volunteer to survey the grounds. Prepare to head out. However, your companions beat you to it in this case. Tizo indicates that he and Sir Gilman are going to scout the area this time. You depart, leaving you to rest up. When they later return with nothing much to report, you're feeling better and are in the midst of deciding which of your vacations to pursue.
You better save the
Enlighten me.
game. Come on.
Better get more enlightened.
Don't be late for work.
Not gonna be late for work. I haven't been late to work. Who do
Then
wanna-
you should have said that you're wrapping things up if you're still gonna be playing this.
Just for a little bit. I won't do the next raid. I just want to get to the next raid. Of course, we're going all this way. We better make the most of it. Gaz had went to explain to you in his own words the histories of the 8 scribes, and speak to how their very backgrounds form the basis not just of the rights but of the Commonwealth. Hey, my boy leveled up. No matter what anyone says, I refuse to think that there's some sort of limit to one's understanding of all this. Nice. Can tell you I know much more about now about the scribes than before all of this started. Alright, let's just leave it. Bridge of Gal and stay there. What pages? Oh, okay. We found each of the others in due time, by fate, not by coincidence. The wise Luscorian stood among the trees, gazing at the stars, expecting us. The wild witch, Melith, was so enthralled by my liege's utter transformation, she stayed her sorceries. Blessed-born Triesta swooped down upon us, but to warn of imminent attack. The many-maned Dromir thus intervened, and shared with us his humor and his hunt. Even the Under-King of Ors himself sought out an audience with us, thus we became the 8 and journeyed on, together. Curious to see how it ends. Hey guys, hey, what are you guys doing all the way back here? You know it's not so bad here, I was thinking. I got some pretty good stuff. I think you ought to check it out. How about nah, no, bam. Buy all the upgrades.
Great taste. Great taste.
Do I want to keep this? Yeah.
my sanctifies.
Yeah, okay, buddy. See, but yeah, fresh. Alright, I think that's it. This rice stuff.
Okay.
Oh man, it's getting good.
Too bad you lost your waifu.
No, speak of that. No.
Pat, pat. There, there.
What do you mean a superstar Hollywood actor? What do you mean, Nino? Nino. What do you mean? Nino, hello, my friend. I'm scared. I'm scared.
You'll be fine.
Man. I'm excited to see the rest of the story unfold, and I think I'm going to um what's it I think I'm gonna leave Headwind for last.
Why?
Feels just it feels right because he just wants to see everyone free.
I guess.
Yeah.
But remember, it's the person who's the most enlightened that gets to leave.
I know. Well, I mean, it's not the most enlightened. I could have picked the other two as well.
Well, Tywin has a huge lead compared to everyone else.
Yeah, but I can still pick someone else, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they have to have a higher
No,
enlightenment.
like I could have picked either that last time. I could have picked either Headwind, Jodariel, or I think Tizo was the other one.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I could have
because they
picked
have
any of
high
those.
enlightenment.
Yeah, so I don't have to pick Headwind. I can pick Tizo next.
Well,
Besides,
you better level up the other ones.
I still have to do like I have to do like 7 rights anyway, so I'm not worried about it.
Good. I feel like it's gonna get harder because you're gonna run out of people.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how this is gonna work, honestly.
But like that's assuming you beat every round, you know.
Well, I haven't lost yet. I almost lost once, but I haven't. But yeah, I'm gonna start the stream now.
Okay.
Bye, Mino. Goodbye.
Boy.